name?
Makoma Lekalakala.
Okay, can you spell that?
Makoma. That's the first name, and the last name is Lekala.
Okay. Cool. So, and can you give me a title or a tribal affiliation that you'd like?
My name is Makoma Lekalakala, and I'm from Earth Life Africa, Johannesburg, which is an activist environmental justice organization.
Okay. So, can you tell me how you first heard about Earthrise? How did you first hear about it?
As an organization, we work with partner organizations in different areas, and Kumi Naidu, who is a supporter of the organization that I belong to and who is part of most of our programs, had shared with me as to how they started Earthrise together with Elder Jane Naidu and Louisa Azondo. And it is through that, I think one of the things that they had thought that the center would do was much more to host numerous meetings, but in a very natural setting and not in like kind of the Dlizi hotels, in a natural settings where people can also be able to do meetings in our own way, because we come from different areas. And in many places where conference centers, you're unable to wake up in the morning and do your cycle grounding. You're unable to do your rituals. You are unable to do like little ceremonies that bring us together. And this was a perfect place to be able to host activist meetings, to be able to host such. But also at the same time, it was a place of solidarity where the community in the area where Earthrise is situated will benefit from the area. That the people themselves would walk there, they would also have gardens, and they kind of manage the place itself. And this is, I used to call it a place of gathering, a place of hope, because this is where you could go and have no restrictions of your activities, have no restrictions as to you can't do this, you can't do that. And my heart just sank when I heard that the center has been gutted by fire. And I would like to thank Natural Justice for taking the lead in ensuring that the center can be restored, that that life, that bringing together of people where they could be free to be able to meet and share in their own way. If that place could be restored, that would be the best ever thing to happen. And this is unique in my way. There are places, but that one was much more unique because it also makes you to gel with the community. It also makes you to be part of a community. And I think a lot of people, when visiting the area, they would want to go back, and also that because they've created friendships with the local people in that area.
Tell me, when was your first when was your first convening with Earthrise?
Do I remember that? Do I remember that?
How long ago was it?
Was it 2 years ago? I'm not sure, but I remember I had invitations before, but because of time constraints, I couldn't. But the first time I went to the meeting, I think it was online, and I just got hooked because I felt the connection with the people. I felt that sense of belonging. And since then, it's just very difficult when if I missed a session, it's like I miss the whole world. And also because the work that I do connects also with what we do at the gatherings, sharing, grounding. I work with communities where we encourage that, part of protecting their environment is protecting their biodiversity, which is linked to their cultures, their traditions, and their belief systems. And the very community that really takes this work forward, it's the community in Musina Makado, where Boma Pateleni comes from. And this, oh, sorry.
Playing gets really loud.
So I think let me just the importance of also being part of these gatherings is that it grounds you, but also makes your mind much more clearer. One thing that I can say, the week we spent or the 5 days we spent together in Dahab, I can say that my mind is very clear. I came to this conference of the parties with a clear mind and not carrying a heavy load on me. And I think the ceremonies that we did there really helped me a lot to focus. And this has been different from me. Even my colleague commented to say, "You are so different." And I said, yes, I should be different because I met with the other people who the connection has assisted me to go into a different level. Yes, I do go to different levels at different times, but this one has been totally different. The clarity that I have, we're here for 2 weeks, but I don't feel even that tired. The only thing is that I focus on what I have to do. So the gatherings helped me on that also, like you join in the meeting, I keep quiet, I listen attentively. That has helped me a lot in such a way that even when I self-meditate, it's not like when I'm connecting with different people. Though we're connecting online, but it's like we physically are there and touching on each other. So this has been something for me that maybe I've been yearning for that and not knowing how to connect. And also maybe it's within the busy schedule that we have that one never thought that it is important to continuously have that kind of grounding sessions and sharing with other people. I would say that the gatherings in themselves are such a powerful tool to heal us. We are wounded because the environment around us is wounded. The connection that we have with nature, it's wounded. And the gatherings themselves are healing. And also, what is so satisfying is that we're not alone. It's also all the other people from other parts of the world that are also grounded, that are also connecting, and we're raising the same issues. We cannot let our spirituality be eroded. We cannot let our spirituality be disregarded. And I think it's important that we should continuously ensure that we become grounded and our spiritual being, it's also recognized as our physical being, because that's very important.
What so far has been the most powerful experience with Earthrise?
I think the gatherings themselves are very powerful, and you have different people sharing, which is enriching. You have and people sharing from all over, and it connects automatically. It doesn't like feel like you're not connecting to. It's not like it's somebody from another continent. You're not connecting. It connects. I think the sessions for me have been not just educational, they have been empowering, and also they have been taking, I think, my spirituality to a different level.
And what do you hope to come from Earthrise?
I've seen a movement of people that are raising an issue. We are faced with the threat of climate change, and that threat is because of the destruction of our biodiversity. And the destruction of that biodiversity is what our spirituality is connected in. And what has come out and what I foresee is the connection of people's spirituality with protection of the climate. It's a future making sure that any biodiversities in any part of the world are not destroyed, because that's people's spirituality, and that would mean maintaining the natural balance, the natural ecosystem that people are living in. And we cannot just let or wait and stand up and see when we are being destroyed. Our dignity is very important. So if the biodiversity is destroyed, our spirituality is being destroyed and our dignity is being destroyed. So we need to regenerate, and I see Earthrise playing that role of regeneration, of bringing, of reborning, rebuilding of the connection of our spirituality and the biodiversity that we live in. And we've seen that happening in smaller ways and bigger ways, particularly in South Africa, when we see communities rising up and saying, and these are communities that are, by the way, connected to Earthrise in a way. They're saying, we cannot let our biodiversity be destroyed, because if that is being destroyed, that is our dignity being eroded, our dignity being destroyed. And this is the future work that I see that Earthrise has, and it has played. The plants have been seeded, so we have to play that role, and that role is the role that I see the future of Earthrise playing, and not just the spirituality that we have, the connection to nature that we have. We also need, we have a challenge before us where we have to change people's mindsets, and changing people's mindsets is for us to go out there to ensure that we don't just have small gatherings, but we also make sure that people connect their being and connect that with protecting, what it belongs to them, what is theirs, and also what their ancestors had laid their lives for, had fought for. And this is the role that I see that Earthrise has got to play.
What would you like young people to know about Earthrise?
One is young people. I find the young people being so diverse, and young people, it's the time that they understand that the climate threat that is facing us, for that to be mitigated, we need to protect our biodiversity. And protecting our biodiversity is also protecting our spirituality. But I also want to say to young people that being religious, it's not being spiritual. So there's a difference. Being spiritual means that you are grounded, you are following, you're respecting your forebearers, your ancestors that are actually living in us and driving what we are doing. If it was not for our ancestors, we wouldn't be doing what we are doing. So that is the spirituality that we have, and I would want them to embrace the spirituality so that they can visionarize a better life, and they can also be part of building that future that is harmless, that future that is at peace, that future that is abundant, the future that would be able to keep the coming generations to live life abundantly.
So in other words,
Anything else?
Last question. Well, why do you think it's important for why do you think it was important for us to meet before COP?
I felt the meeting before COP powerful, and I wish this could have happened in other years. I felt it was important to meet before COP. Because at COP, this is where you find that even if there's talk about protecting the climate, but I don't see that really, happening. Yes, it does happen because it's something on paper, but practically I don't see that happening. So there was a prelude towards hoping for a successful COP, or also a prelude to grounding. For me, I find it to have been a grounding process for all the COP delegates, even if it was not those that indigenous people from different areas. And that grounding, personally, I told you that I'm clear in mind, I'm focusing because of the grounding. And happening prior COP, I wish this could happen maybe in other areas, not sure how possible it is, but I think it helped also to clear the negativity and to clear the path so that maybe a solution can come up, though it doesn't seem like there's any solution that can come up. But I think it was very important that we meet and prepare for all our participation, for those who participated at COP, and I hope that all of us came up with a clear mind and focused as I am.
Is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Protection of our biodiversity, which is embedded in our cultures, our traditions, where our sacred sites are. It means that we have to make sure that we don't let any tree uprooted on our watch. We don't let any hill be flattened. We not let any stream be flattened, because if we allow that to happen, then we would be complicit of uprooting our dignity and our spirituality.